We live?
Yes.
Hey gang, this is Mike with my Real Estate Dojo, and today's lesson is about why lead generation is your success, and two, if you wish, you can put it in autopilot. One second. I knew you wanted to come here. That's why I asked you to come here earlier, baby boy. All right, have a seat, please. All right, guys. As you can tell, I always do live, unscripted, just natural. Just walking my dog and decided to do guys a video for you guys and bring you some relevant information for your business. Give me 1 second. All right, so again, what is the topic tonight? What am I going to be talking to you about? Teaching you guys that why lead gen or lead generation or leads is your success, and two, how to put it into autopilot if you choose to. You could be a beginner or medium person or expert. You could put it in autopilot. Or you could be an expert and still not have it autopilot. Okay? So let's pull the curtains back and get started. Sorry, baby. Sorry, guys. The first reason I want to talk about is that real estate investing is three propellers. Okay? Number one is lead generation. Number two is conversion. Number three is exit strategy. And notice that why I give number one the most important, which is lead generation. Because if you don't have lead generation, you're not going to go anywhere in your business. I don't care if you have a pizza place, you have a photography business, you have a cleaning business, carpet cleaning, moving company, realtor, investor, whatever. Okay? Come here, Lucky. So you're not going to go anywhere. But everybody and their mama talks about why it's important to build infrastructure to get in debt first. And they do it all wrong. Now, let's talk about some examples in real life why I talk about why lead generation is success. If you look at, not Amazon, but Hotels.com or Expedia or Hotwire, okay? They don't own any infrastructure. They make millions and billions of dollars just because they have lead generation. All they do is connect the people that want to get a hotel with the infrastructure or the service providers, whatever. And their whole business is lead generation. Let me give you an example of my own personal life. When I graduated college, I didn't have any money, and I was living in my car for $100, and I wanted to start my own business. I didn't have any money, nor did I want to borrow any money. And the way I did it is through creating leads before I had a moving company, before I knew how to answer the phone calls, before I knew how to give quotes, before any of that stuff. And what I focused on is lead generation. And when the leads start coming in, I just pass it to a professional service provider, in this case a moving company, and figure out a way for them to pay me some small percentage, which eventually translated into me realizing that the leads were gold and me diving in full force and renting trucks and then buying my own equipment. So now I talked about two examples in the real world. We talked about Hotel.com or Expedia and how these guys are making so much money by lead generation. We talked about my own business where I started in college and I had $1 million business for 14, 15 years. 7 of those years I wasn't even at the location at all. I was an absentee business owner, and it operated, and I funded it through leads and my customers, not through the traditional way where you build a business plan and you borrow money from a bank, or you get your friends and family in debt, or you use your own savings or credit cards. I didn't do any of that, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. I have the alchemy formula. It sure is going to take a lot of work. It's not easy, but it's possible, and I found the path, and I want to share with you. Excuse me. So where am I going? That lead generation is your success, and I've talked about 2 different companies are examples of lead generation. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can think of another one that's lead generation. If you guys think of one, put it down here. All right, so I thought of one. Like if you go to vanlines.com, what they do is what I started back in the very first day, look for movers, which is bring people that wanted to move with moving companies. Okay, that's how I started lead generation. From that, it led to my moving company. If you look at like vanlines.com, or if you look at Uship, or if you look at Uber, okay, all they're doing is bringing the leads. So what does that mean if you're a real estate investor? What does that mean if you're a realtor? What does that mean if you're a hairdresser, you want to be a hairdresser, or you want to have your own salon, you want to have your own carpet cleaning, whatever, okay? That you don't need the infrastructure, okay? Read my lips, like somebody said, lead my rips. You don't need infrastructure. You don't need that. What you have to do is be clever, okay? Everybody goes this way, and this way is, what is this way? Building your business plan, borrowing money, building infrastructure. So everybody's going this way, and the success rate is 1 out of 10, okay? Make it. In other words, 9 fail. You have to go this way. Now, entrepreneurship is risky as fuck. I'm not saying like if you go this way, it's going to be less. It's not going to be risky. I'm saying it's going to be risky. I'm saying it's going to be less risky, because if you fail, you failed with no money or house money. Now, a lot of you guys hear me say house money, house money, house money. What is house money? House money is where 2 ways. For example, I started my moving company with $100, and then as soon as I made that $100 back, okay, I took it out, and then the remaining of the money is house money, because it was never my money. Okay, I took my $100 out. So when I started this business, I restarted with basically no money, with $100, and I took that money out, and the remaining was all profit. So it's very, very crazy. Okay, so it's very important to use house money as soon as possible. Or what is house money? Another house money situation is, for example, a social media that I talked about a couple of months ago. It's called Steemit. So if you want to get in cyber currency, I talked about it. You post on the social media, Steemit, and then they give you money, 1 cent, 10 cents, $1. Some people make thousands. Depends on the content and how valuable it is to the community. That's house money, because you're just putting a little sweat equity. They give you cyber currency. You can change that cyber currency to cash currency, Canadian currency, Bitcoins, gold, whatever you want, okay? Take that money out, and it's house money, okay? Now, if this thing is not successful, okay, great. You invested a little time, but you didn't have to invest your money. When you start a business, you got to invest your money, you got to invest your time, and more than likely, you have to get in debt if you listen to the customatic way of doing stuff without imagination and creativity, okay? So now, what am I saying, guys? Okay, what am I saying? I want you to pay attention. All you need is leads. Okay, pay attention. Let me say it in another way. You don't need to know what to tell a seller. You don't need to know how to fill a contract. You don't need X, you don't need Y. What you need is leads. Let's take another example for myself. I don't know how to write a book. I've never wrote a book before. When I did this launch, I made a lot of mistakes, okay? And people ask me, dude, they try to point out my mistakes, okay? And the way I look at it is, dude, it's my first time around. Of course I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make so much big mistakes later on, I'm gonna look back and laugh at it, right? I'm gonna be like, what an idiot I was, right? But here's the thing, dude, I'm making moves. Let me say it again, I am making moves, okay? So mistakes is normal. So it's totally okay to fail. What is not okay, listen to this. Listen to this right here. What is not okay is not be able to generate leads and borrow a bunch of money, and now you can't pay that money back. You're in debt. They're going to take everything you got. See, that's not good. But what is good is to have the customers here knocking on your door. Open up, dude. Open up, right? When that happens, then you have many options. What are some of your options? Like, it doesn't matter what business you're in. You're a salon, you're a photographer, you want to open a piece of business, whatever, personal trainer, real estate investor, realtor, doesn't matter. When people are like, and you don't know how to answer the phone or what to say, okay, like you don't have my seller phone script, you don't know what to do, no problem. You just pass it to another investor. Hopefully, you'll get a good one. There's a chance they may screw you. Yes, remember? I said, no matter if you go this way or this way, in business it's risky, dude. It's risky. But what I show you is less risky, but there's no way to slice it and dice it, dude, okay? So you could pass it to that investor, they could screw you over, or they could be a legit guy and they're gonna give you money for it, or they could even be better. You can work for free and learn. It's better to work for free than money, okay? Now, let's talk about working for money, okay? Working for money will never get you anywhere in life. It will never make you the best, okay? It will never give you success. And you're always wondering, what should you do for the people, your customers, instead of saying, what can I do to be the best I can be? What can I do to bring the best product I can? And if all the people would knew, then there wouldn't be all these entrepreneurship. So people don't know, okay? And the people that think is this way, and that one guy goes this way, once he hits it, everybody's like, yeah, it was this way. That's the success. So don't listen to the public by getting in debt. You gotta need money to make money. All that bullshit the bankers, the TVs, your teachers, your family member says. All you need is lead generation mastery, okay? That's it. I don't care what business you're in, okay? And how do you get lead generation? Guys, right now on Amazon, I have my book for $1, dude. Again, let me say this, $1. It's called 39 No Fluff Real Estate Marketing Bootcamp. But don't let that fool you, because it works for any business. I've used it for my moving company, for my real estate brokerage firm, for my Mr. Investor, when I started a car wash, all this stuff, okay? You just gotta tweak it just a little bit, okay? And I know you're smart enough to do it, and it's for only $1, guys, okay, on Amazon. I'll put the link down here if it's Facebook or YouTube, so you guys can get it. It's not gonna last forever, guys, for $1. If you look there, 5 stars all day long. You're not gonna go wrong. Not only do I give you the book, not only do I give you video training, not only do I give you guerrilla marketing tactics that nobody else is doing. Why? Because you can't go like everybody else, right? I also give you bonuses that I don't tell people normally, and I'm letting you know right now. That's called what I call marketing assets. What is a marketing assets? Like online flyers, offline flyers, postcards, auto email follow-up. So I give you all the stuff you need, like a boot camp, to go out there and help you get fit and make more money, okay? Very simple, for $1. And here's the thing, guys. I am so confident that you're gonna love it and you're gonna leave me a review. That's why I'm giving it to you for $1, because it's so valuable for you, because it doesn't matter what business you're in, marketing is the key for success. Okay. Now, some of you say, hey, well, Mike, I don't know what to say to a seller if I do marketing and a seller calls me. Don't worry about that. Okay. Some of you say, well, Mike, I don't know how to fill out the contract. I don't know what to do with this, how to do this, how to do X, Y, and Z. And my solution is, this is your mind overthinking. Okay. This is your mind and your fears holding you down. This is what you might call negativity, or you might call the devil, right? Don't listen to it. You're not there yet. As Buddha says, if you're thinking too far ahead, you're going to have anxiety, you're going to have fear, right? So don't look ahead, because you're not there yet. What if you do step 1, which is legion, and you can never do it? Stop right there. That's it. You spend $1, and you know, dude, this thing is not for you. But again, if you do this and you think this thing is not for you, then you're going to go in life, more than likely, the next thing's not going to be for you, and the next thing's not going to be for you, and the next thing's not going to be for you. And the problem is, you're monkeying around, jumping around. Thank you. Sorry, guys. And the problem is, you're jumping around like a monkey, and to get good at anything, it requires a lot of time, and effort, and energy. Nothing's fast. The only thing that's fast is sales pitch, debt, and getting fat. That's it, dude. Everything else requires hard work. You want to play piano? You gotta put some time into it. You want to be a swimmer? You gotta put some time into it. You want to be a golfer? You gotta put some time into it. You want to do bodybuilding? You gotta put some time into it. You want to be a top business person? You gotta put some time to it. You want to be a top doctor, lawyer, whatever it is. So there's no shortcut, okay? But the things to know is that you can do all this stuff without borrowing money from a bank. That's it. right? That's why I said marketing and lead generation is success. Not big offices, not none of that. Because if you don't know what to do, so many to a big company, maybe they'll give you money, maybe they'll help some money. There's people that good affiliate marketing. They get online, people's product. There's people that make so much money. I mean, guys, I could go in, so on and so on, okay? And the key is, what makes money? Not a pretty office, not a desk, not a logo, not your corporation filing. Those things don't make money. What makes money is lead generation. When you have customers going, hello, open up please. And even if you don't know what to do, you'll figure it out. But if you can never get to level 1, there's no reason to go do all this other stuff for your business, whatever it is, house cleaning, whatever it is. Because that's the key. It's not your uniform, it's not the car wrap, none of that stuff. So know that if you put your time and energy in something, where is it going to? Is it lead generation? And if it's not lead generation, it's not money into your pocket, dude. And unless you want to get into debt and you want to grow, and that's great, and you can definitely do that. This is America, and that's how all these big companies do it, and that's why they have all these locations and everything. But they don't have a good foundation, and they're going bankrupt left and right, and the taxpayers like me and you have to bail them out. Okay? And yes, the system is debt-based, and you can get in debt and so on, but you don't have to go, again, like the crowd. You go the other way and enjoy how green the grass is in America, right? Unplug is what I'm trying to say. All right, my dog's there. Now, two more ideas with the marketing. The marketing, if you're new, you should do it yourself. So you watch that book, you read that book, you watch that book, and I talk about so many different ideas, variations of it. You write down 10 of those ideas. And that's called your marketing plan. That's the only plan you really need, is your marketing plan. And the reason I don't like plans, because they're going to change. How you know, it's like I'm sitting here and I have a chess game. Lucky, come here. And I could kind of plan out stuff, but if the guy goes another way and I didn't see it, or to a thing, I got to replan. So that's how entrepreneurship is. So to sit down and say, I haven't started the business, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to forecast this, that's all bullshit just to get in debt, right? You're just dressing up in the suit just to do what the bankers want you, so they get you in debt. And then they make you feel like they're doing you a favor. But in reality, you're doing them a favor. Because every time they create a fake note, that's how they make money. Or does that make sense, guys? So you don't have to get in debt. If you want to, you can. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But there's other ways. The alchemy way. Lucky, come here. And that's why America's so great. That's why everybody wants to move here. So if you're new, you got to watch that book, write 10 ideas down, and start marketing it yourself and figuring out what you like, what you don't like. And if you're already a medium or a pro, you probably have a marketing plan without even knowing about it, or you may know about it. What you want to do is, what I'm going to talk about later, is to take your marketing plan, create manuals, create systems, and allow people that are way smarter than me and way smarter than you and way smarter than most college educated people to do your work for you overseas for $120 a month. Again, $120 a month, $150 a month. And they work 40-hour weeks. Just like you. But guess what? They're loving it. Why? Because when you do the currency exchange, for example, from America to India, again, it changes. But on average, for $1 is 50 rupees there. Same thing with Philippines. Same thing with all these other places, okay? I don't want to sit here and go all over it. Lucky boy, come on over here, man. Come on, baby. I'm worried about you. I love you. Come on over here. I don't want you to run away. Somebody's stealing you. Come on. Thank you, baby. Coming to the story of the marketing, if you're already a medium or a pro, you can take that information and create systems, create manuals, and hire virtual assistants to help you out to make your business an autopilot. Why do you need it in autopilot? Okay. Marketing You just know about doctoring. If you're a personal trainer, you're not a marketing person. You know personal training. If you're
You. I don't know how long it's going without the audio. Alright, you're good. Not while you had it connected for a little while. Okay, go.
Alright guys, so I'm not sure where we got disconnected, but one of the reasons I try to convince you guys not to sell a seller for a listing or getting their house subject to for cash is very crucial, guys. Pay attention. And the same reason why I don't try to sell you for coaching or my product. If you call me and you want me to sell you or persuade you, fuck that. We're not gonna do that shit. And the reason is, here's the thing. Here's an entrepreneur. You have to have the mindset, the belief system to say, look, I'm willing to take a risk. I'm willing to jump. Right? Onto the unknown. And I've learned, just like wrestling, when people flinch and you could do moves, I learned that people that don't are able to jump, pull on the trigger themselves. Okay? And if I sell them, and everybody else does, and you can see their nice cars and all this bullshit, right? They do. If I sell them my product, when they see a seller that has a house for 100 and they're selling it for 30, they're not gonna jump. Okay, they're not gonna do that. Why? Because they're gonna have all this fear. Should I do this? Should I do this? Let me ask my cousin. Do you think seller, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Okay? Hey, I don't want to make money just to sell people. And because it's not gonna help me. It's not gonna help them. And the same thing with you. If you're a wholesaler and you talk to a seller and you don't have big rapport and you convince them, there's a lot of sellers with remorse. They'll cancel out later. They'll sell to another investor. They'll say, I changed my mind. But the key is to allow them to jump. Once they do that in their own fucking mind, not because you're pulling them, guess what? They made a decision. They weren't influenced and manipulated, right? And that's the best customer. Now, okay, let me put a disclaimer. You're not going to close everybody and their fucking mama. But why do you need to? Okay? So, your best method for success, if you're selling personal training, you're selling packages, you're selling distribution, you're selling music, whatever it is not to sell people. Have good shit and let people jump themselves. When they do that, they're not going to have buyer's remorse. Especially if it's not pressured. But if it's pressured, manipulated, squeezed, pushed, massaged, then yes. Okay? Now, you can do that. I'm not saying don't do that, okay? I'm not your mama. I'm not here to judge you. If you want to do that, and you want to live the bling bling life, and you want to make a lot of money, and you want to have jets, and you want to over cancer comes, great. But it's just not what I want. Okay? And two, that's not what I teach at the dojo. And two, I don't want want to sell anybody. I don't want to manipulate anybody in any shape or fashion in my product or services, because down the line, I'm doing them injustice because they're not going to have success because they don't have the ability to jump out of the airplane into the risk, into the darkness, into nothingness. Nothing. And have faith that I'm going to make this shit work. They want guarantees. They want somebody to co-sign for them. See, you can't have success like that. I never heard a chant that has somebody co-sign for them or got in success. You know, you just can't have that. You gotta fucking be willing to take the jump. Be willing to fucking take on the fear. Do all the stuff that goes into your head and know what you want. And it's risky. And if you're willing to hit your goal, you gotta take a risk. And if you fuck up, if my shit is not that good, then you bought my shit for $1, it wasn't that good, then damn, you don't buy any of my other shit. And guess what? You saved a lot of fucking money in the future. Hallelujah. I went to places, I paid people a lot of money, and their shit was bad. So, I learned that my cost was a lot, right? So, the reason you don't need to sell, the way I teach it is you don't need to persuade a seller if you're a realtor, if you're an investor, or any business owner. You should have your customers jump instead of you pull them by the teeth or by their hair, you know, put the wool over them and have all this fake stuff. It's just not right. And you're not going to have joy inside. You can get happy by material things, but they go away after 1 week, after 1 month, what have you. Okay? Now, if you want to enjoy life, you want to have financial freedom, and you can do that with $500 a month. You can do it with $2,000, $3,000, $10,000, because it's not how much you gross. It's how much liabilities you have and how much is left over. That's it. Okay? And I think the meaning of life is, you know, where now, before I had 3 businesses, I worked all the time. You know, I had all these VAs, I had these workers. It was, you know, it was a lot of work, stress. But I was willing to do it because I had a why. And once my why disappeared, it wasn't worth all that, getting underneath that heavy load. It didn't make sense anymore, right? So now I'm so much happier because I get to enjoy all day myself, hang out with my dog, hang out with my girl, you know, do whatever I want to do, my passion. It's great. And I am in the trenches right now. I'm figuring out what to do, how to set up these meetings. I've never done this, how to do the books. I figure it out myself. And once I do, systemize it and have VAs working for me like I've done any of my businesses, my moving company, my real estate brokers, my investment, all that stuff, right? And that's the same thing you should do, because the goal is to free yourself and do other stuff and put in automation, okay? And not to get in debt. And how does my 2 books play into that? One, lead generation is your success. And I talked about Hotels.com. I talked about my own beginnings. That if you don't know shit, if you generate leads, you're going to have success. And 2, if you're new, don't forget about talking about VAs or hiring. You got to get in the trenches. You got to scrub that toilet yourself, dude. Okay? If you're not willing to, get a JOB. If you think you're too highly decorated, you have too much education, you're this, your daddy's this, it don't matter, dude. You gotta be willing to go in there, say this is my business, and I'm gonna scrub the nasty ass toilet. And be okay. And not only, like when I first started, I scrubbed the toilet and I used to do moves, I used to scrub the toilet very like sad, like depressed, like I got a college degree, I'm too good for this shit, my parents came here as a refugee, I'm scrubbing the toilet. But then I had this Mexican dude, his name was Arturo, he didn't even speak English. And he had the shittiest job, and I was the boss. And I'm paying him, and I'm making way more money. But I'm scrubbing the damn toilet all sad, and I hate my shit because I'm in the trenches scrolling toilet. To that day, I realized that Arturo was an ingenious fucking teacher for me. Even though I didn't speak his fucking language, and I only knew like 4 words, which is up, down, I think abajo, I can't remember now, it's been a long time, but I just knew 4 words. But I realized that he taught me a very important lesson. He was scrubbing the toilet, having, in our case, lifting heavy-ass furniture. All day long, we do 3 moves, but he was whistling and having a great time. Me, I'm the boss, I'm making more money. I just started this business. I'm in the trenches. I'm hating it. He's whistling, having a great time. I'm feeling like shit, I'm being negative. And then dawned on me, dude, we're both doing the same exact work. He's scrubbing, I'm scrubbing. In 1 year, in 6 months, 3 years, I'm not going to be scrubbing anymore. I'm going to have a little empire. But he's still going to be scrubbing. But it doesn't matter. I'm already feeling depressed. I'm already feeling negative. I think my shit smells too much better. I think I have a college degree. I'm too this, I'm too that. Instead of learning how to scrub the toilet. And this guy, he's just an average worker, and he's having a great time. He's enjoying the moment. He's having fun. He's whistling and smiling. And I'm like, what? And then I realized that, hey, it's not only do I have to scrub the fucking toilet, I gotta love that shit, dude. I gotta smile, and I gotta love this shit so much. And I gotta do it with so much love and passion. That I vibrate, dude, that I vibrate. And the right people come to me, dude. The right ideas come to me, dude. Because I'm not that smart. Right? The ideas out there in the ether, like Napoleon Hill says. There's like a master computer, and if you're doing the right things, boom, you get an idea, boom, you're out. Right? But what I learned from this guy is what I'm trying to teach you is that if you're new, you got to get in the trenches. And if you're pro, you got to create systems. And if you don't know how to create systems, hit me up, dude. I'm the master of this shit, dude. Right? Especially for VAs. I'll help you create systems and get my book, dude. I'm selling my VA filtering system and how to hire a VA at 2. One is $500, the other one's $1,500, $1,000. Together is $1,500. I'm gonna give it to you for $97, only $50. I've almost sold out. Only 3 more left, guys. Okay, for $97, it should be done. Maybe like 9 to 12 days, guys. Okay, I'm still working on it, trying to make it as good as possible for you guys. Here's another thing with me, guys. Is that when you buy something from me and I revise it and edit it and make it better, you get that copy for free. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not like fucking Microsoft that sells your operating system and every fucking year they're fucking you over to get more money. I don't want to do it that way. I want to make your product, you get it, and if I make it better, polished and updated, new gadgets, you're going to get it for free. Okay? Simple. And all my products, dude. So, you need my VA system to make your business an autopilot. So you go out there and spend time with your kids, spend time with your wife, your girlfriend, bodybuilding, whatever your passions are. Okay? And don't listen to everybody talking about growth and growth and growth. You really need growth if you need foundation. You go up too fast, you need to come down. You need foundation, you don't need debt. You need financial freedom. Okay? And you have to use lead generation, your master foundation. If you're not a master at lead generation, some people say, no man, you gotta be good at sales. You gotta be good at closing. I say bullshit. When I first got in real estate investing, I didn't know shit from anything. I didn't know left from right. I didn't know anything. When I first got into moving, I didn't know anything. The success was I had so many people knocking on the door that a certain percent would automatically convert, even if I was just an idiot. I just pick up the phone and say, okay, here's my business. That's it. So what does that mean? The law of probability, dude. That if you don't know anything, you're new. If you learn how to lead generate, and if you just happen to pick up the phone, there's a good chance somebody may give you a house in your first deal, and it's an omen. The creator wants to know that, hey, you're on the right path, and boom, you got your first deal. You don't have to know all this other cool stuff that other people teach you. I just teach you one thing, which is lead generation, because it's the foundation. And you don't need to going as fast as possible.
Lois.
Having big offices, you don't need all that. What you need is big cash flow, low liabilities, dude. And that's it, and that gives you freedom to not consume, not go buy a big old boat and not go buy a big old this. And you can if you want to, but actually enjoy what's most important to you. Not stuff, maybe your family, maybe learning a new trade, maybe relaxing, maybe closing your mind, maybe meditating, maybe going on vacation. Things are most important to you, okay? So guys, remember, 3 propellers, lead gen, conversion, exit strategy. And then remember, the most important thing is lead generation. And you can get that from my Amazon right now for $1, guys. I'm selling it on my website for $219. And 2, automation. Very, very crucial to automate, because even if you're a small guy or you're a medium guy or whatever, if you're posting, let's say, on Craigslist for marketing, how often can you do that? That's why you have to automate it So let other people do it, especially people that are getting paid 120 bucks, 150 bucks a month. And they're working full time for you. They have college degrees. I have a whole list of these guys you can get that I've actually screened since back in the day, 1999, 2000, that I've been screening. I have a whole list of them. I have high education, fast internet, everything you need. Okay? But that costs a good chunk of money. But in my book, I tell you how you can create your own list. Besides these platforms like Odesk or Elance, and I'm not dissing on those, but as I spoke before, these people's mindset has changed. They've gone from the E quadrant to the S quadrant. And if you're dealing with a company like call centers, come here. Come here. 1 second, guys. Alright, guys, this is what happens when you do live. So, I don't know if you guys want a fake one or you want the real deal. When you hire these call centers, that's like even a worst nightmare. I've used so many of them. You're going to learn very quickly what you need is E-set and mindset individuals that live in other parts of the world that just want to make more money. The majority of them just want to work from home. They're tired of the traffic. They're tired of paying 30% of their money into traveling or food. When they, because like in America, for example, if you deal with people in India and Pakistan, in America, we think that when we go to work, it's normal for us to go buy lunch. We gotta pay. In other countries, they think that the employee has to pay lunch because if they sit at home, they don't have to pay any money because they're eating at that one big old pot. Okay. The other thing is, like, you have to understand that mindset difference is that people in like India, Pakistan, they get paid once a month. When you come here and pay them, you know, weekly or bi-weekly or whatever, you're fucking a lot of stuff up, and I get into my book significantly. That's why you need this, guys. I'm a master at VAs. I know how to hire virtual assistants for programming, anything you want, okay? And I tell you how to do it. You can do it, where to go get it, how much to pay them, how to monitor them, what is the systems to use. And like I said, right now you get it for 97 bucks. If you haven't got the book for $1, get that on Amazon. If you haven't got that 97 bucks, the VA filtering system and the how to hire a VA together for 97 bucks, man, you're missing out. You're gonna end up paying for $325, and then after a while, it's gonna be $1,000 bucks, guys. So I would highly recommend it to get it. You're gonna miss out if you don't. Okay, go out there and hustle and bustle. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Jose Luis is asking, what list is the best calling source?
Speak up one more time.
What list is the best calling source?
Okay, Luis, that's a very, very good question. Smart question. Thanks for watching. Very good question. All right. People always ask me, what is the best marketing? What is the best lead source? Okay, it's not what is the best. Okay, it's what is your personality like. For example, I don't want to deal with people that have lost their home because of inheritance and they're sad and their moms died. I don't want to deal with that, right? That's why I didn't want to become a doctor. My parents put a gun to my head and they hated me because I didn't want to see that blood. I didn't want to deal with that, right? Even though I got a biology degree, took all the hard classes. So it's not what's the best list. It's multiple combination, okay? What do you like to deal with? Do you like to deal with people that are motivated, that got married and they're happy and they got a second home now and the other one's empty? Do you want to deal with people that, you know, the government closed their home on a tax auction or something like that? Do you want to deal with people that are divorced? Do you want to deal with the expires? Do you want to deal with X? Do you want to deal with Y? Okay? And then the other factor is, what area are you in? Some areas there might not be that many divorces. Some areas there might not be that many foreclosures. So there's a lot of factors in it. The best thing is, I'm not sure if you bought the book. Go get that book on Amazon, the 39 No Fluff, okay, Real Estate Boot Camp. It tells you 39 ways with different variation, okay? You write down 10 of those things and start implementing it, okay? How do you know if it's the right way? See, this is the thing. We all want to answer. Okay, the guy that tells you this is the right way, maybe it's the right way for him because he likes that type of audience. It works in his area. You have to test it. You have to be willing to jump, okay? And that's why I don't try to sell people, because if I have to make them jump, then on the marketing, they're not going to jump. when I meet the seller, they're not gonna jump. And you have to realize, entrepreneurship, it doesn't matter if you're in the S quadrant, B, or I, it's gonna require you to jump, dude. Jump, right? So what if you make a mistake? You may lose some sweat equity. It's the way I teach it. Put sweat equity in. Use the free idea. That way, if you lose money, you lose, you only lost time. Once you do the sweat equity, you learn how to create systems, you learn the what ifs, the fruit can ask questions, what's gonna this, what is that? Then you pay some paid marketing. Unless you have a full-time job, then you gotta put some money up. Lucky, come here. Any more questions? Ask them. You ask them, Lucky, come here. Hey! 1 second. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Olu is asking, how do you get lead generation for construction business?
Okay, that's a very, very good question. Have you downloaded my book?
Yeah, she got your book, the 39.
Beautiful. In those 39 ways, she wasn't able to use any of the ideas. Okay, while you're asking that, let's ask another question.
That's it.
Okay. Now, I would need more information, okay? Like, what kind of construction do you do? Do you do, like, construction as building apartments, house builder? You could do construction as, like, remodeling. And so it would take more information for me to diagnose it. The blueprint, the general idea, I have 39 ways of paid and free. I do have another book on my website, the 42 free ways, if you want to try that. But you have to take this information and edit it. And if you need editing with that, I'll do consulting. Get on my website, we book, we'll talk, we'll sit down. We'll take basically what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take exactly what information I'm giving you, okay? What I'm telling you, do yourself, okay? And I'm going to go in there and I say, okay, for example, if I was doing, let's say, remodeling, and Mike talked about selling mail-outs, maybe I want to send mail-outs to the people that try to list their home, but they withdrew it. Why? Maybe because they didn't pass inspection, and maybe they need work on the house. If I was a roofer, I would use the same exact strategy. So, etc. So, but I'm not gonna sit here and fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay the price. And the reason is you have to learn how to jump, and you have to be able to put your money up. If you don't, you're not gonna take advantage of what I've given you, and what I'm giving you is not gonna be a great advice for you. It's just general ideas, guys. But again, if you pay me, I'm gonna do the same exact advice I'm telling you. It's just get that information, use your imagination. You have it inside you. Close your eyes, listen to it. The problem is when we listen to something one time, but we don't learn that way, okay? One of the major reasons is that I'm able to get deals is that I have great listening skills. Now you guys always hear me talking, but I'm a really shy guy, and if people see me outside, I just keep it to myself. But I do have really good listening skills. When I talk to a seller, I listen to everything he's saying, and I can build rapport with him because I relate to him or her. You can do the same thing, okay? So you have to learn to not just hear something, but like listen and process it. So you can't do that with just, most people can't just do it with the first time they hear it, okay? That's why most people don't get the deals. They haven't worked on that. It's kind of like that muscle, you gotta work on it. So when you go watch that video, you might have to watch it 3 times or 5 times and actually take notes, okay? Because we'll remember, oh, I'm gonna remember this shit, but I don't. How do I know? I'm always saying, I'm gonna do the video about this idea, I got a great idea. And I don't have something to write it with, or I'm driving, and then I'll forget, okay? But important things that I really, really, truly want, I do write it down because I have to remember it. My brain is awesome, but it's not that awesome. And I don't think yours is either. We forget stuff, we have to write stuff down, okay? If there's any other questions, let me know.
Benita is asking, what's the best way to go about wholesaling?
Okay, that's a very, very good question. Thank you so much. What stage are you in? There's 3 propellers. You have lead generation, you have conversion, and you have the exit strategy. Okay? which one are you in? See, one of the problems is, guys, that when people ask very general question, that means they're usually confused. Like how can I get more leads? Well, there's a formula you got to follow, but you got to always tweak it. Depends on the audience, your market area, etc. So, how to wholesale is the best way. Which category you're in? Are you in lead gen? You haven't started? Are you new? If you're new, the best thing to do is stop. Okay? Stop. Why? The more you learn, the more confused you become. The more you learn, the more fear you have. All you got to do is, if you're new, you're at level 0, you got to go step 1. These 3 propellers are like, one's here, the other one's here, and the other one's here. Okay? So if you're new, you're a beginner, or you don't have leads, then what you got to do is step 1, which is lead generation, which is propeller number 1. It doesn't matter what business you're in. Wholesaling specifically. I was just talking about it. If you generate leads, you don't know what to do, great. You don't know how to answer the phone, great. You don't know what questions to ask, great. You don't know how to fill out the contract, you don't know all the strategies, great. Don't worry about that. The more you think about that, the more fear you have, and the less action you're going to take. And the only action you got to have is faith and belief system in yourself that no matter what the fuck happens, you're going to make it happen. And you got to jump, dude, right? And the only jump you got to do right now is not to create logos, not to learn negotiation, not to learn sales. You have those skills, beautiful. If you don't, and those are lacks, don't worry. You have so many lacks, then cottage cheese has calories. But it's no big deal, right? What you got to do is jump and know you're going to make it happen. Just like I jumped with I had all these businesses, I just let them all go because I want to be a public speaker and I want to change your life and I want to be an impact. That's why I talked about my coach earlier. His thing was, he was an impact. So long later, there's not a day or a week that goes by that I don't say thank you, Coach Johnson, for all the stuff you taught me. And I always wish the best for him and his family and all kids, and great karma to him. Just like people pray, I give thanks to this dude. So long ago, right? So long ago. But that's what I want to do. I want to change your life. And I'm telling you, don't spend all this money and energy learning. If you can't do from 0, which is I'm new, or I'm kind of new, or I've done a deal, but not anymore, step 1 is lead generation. What is lead generation? Is marketing, dude. Figuring out how to market. Now, any fool and their mama, and they all do, will tell you, do pay-per-click, do bandit signs, do this. And absolutely you can do it. But if you're new, you're going to lose your money in marketing because you don't know how to answer the phone. So you don't do that, okay? That's the difference between the alchemy and the other guys. I tell you, use free marketing, which I tell you in my book if you haven't got it. The other book is all free on my website, myrealestatedojo.com. And all you got to do is generate leads. Now, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say, no problem, dude. When you get that lead comes in, there's many things you can do, right? You could sell it to another wholesaler. You can sell it to another you can sell it to another landlord. You can sell it to another investor. You can be a website broker like Uber and just sell, like what I did in college when I was living out of my car after college with $100. I got leads from moving companies and I distributed to other moving companies. I said, give me $100, give me $100. So I learned about the business. So all you got to do is get the phone to ring, have people email you, send your website, call you, whatever, text you, whatever, and get leads to come in. Then you could, option 1 is give it to people for free and hope to pay you. Option 2 is give it to them and ask them for some money. Sometimes they'll fuck you, but it's business. You gotta jump, okay? It's risky. The other thing is you could sell it for other people for $50, $25, whatever. You could do so many options. But if you sit here and you learn about logos, website creation, landing page, pay-per-click, all this other stuff, you're never gonna jump, dude. You're not gonna jump, okay? How do I know? Because that's how shit works, dude. I've trained so many people, even myself. When I start something new, it's hard to jump. That's why I always say, start where you stand. Guys, I have almost 7,000 subscribers on YouTube now, okay? Not to brag or anything, but like, I started all with just my fucking phone. I didn't even have a microphone. I didn't even have a pole stand. We just freestyle it. I'm still freestyling it, dude. I just get up and just talk to you guys. So it's not important about how nice it is, how formal, how pretty this. No. It's about getting up, making mistakes, fixing it, making more mistakes, fixing it. That's it. And if you don't jump or you don't generate leads, and you do what all the other people tell you to do, which is learn exit strategies, learn negotiation, learn this, many things were going to happen. Fear, confusion, lack of action. Okay? And last and least, which makes these people very rich, is splits you from your hard-earned money. Okay? I'm like one of the only guys that tells people that contacts me, and there's a whole lot of them, dude. I tell them to go fuck themselves in a very nice way because I don't want to sell them. Because if they can't jump, they're not going to jump into marketing. They're not going to jump to meet the seller. They're not going to be able to make a decision. It's not worth it. So you have to jump. The important thing is to jump. The important thing is you're going to fuck up. The important thing is you got to get the fuck up and pat yourself back and say, okay, I just got punched in the face. What can I do next? Go back, listen to the video, tweak a little bit, listen, because you're not going to learn the first time. So it's not about the systems or who you know or title companies or contracts. Those come later. The first thing is to jump. And the reason I never push anything, because if people can't jump, they're not going to have success in any business. Okay, guys? I hope that answers your question.
It says you are awesome. Which book should I get first? I guess she's asking what tools does she need. What do you have?
Okay, you know, the very, like, I would tell you to get my other book, but that one costs $219, which is all free marketing. The reason I say free marketing is best is because you use house money. Everybody tells you can put it on your credit card, you can borrow. I say no, dude. Use house money. What is house money? When I started my moving company, I put $100. That's all I had is live in my car. I didn't want to get a job. I didn't work for a few people. I didn't want to go to sit in the fucking traffic. I don't want some motherfucker to tell me what to do, how to do it, and all that shit, right? So with $100, as soon as I made the money, I took my $100 out. And that money that was in that banking account now is house money. It's free money, dude. I could risk it all. And if I risk everything, and that's what I was able to just walk away from my businesses because I didn't know any vendors, I didn't own any credit card, I didn't own anybody. And guess what? I've already took my money out a long time ago, 14, 15 years ago. And I did that because I was lead generating master instead of getting in debt master, okay, to the central banking system. So the tools that you need, what I would first say is you need the free one, but that's $219. So I would be selling you. What's the most economic way? Get that dollar one, okay? Now, I don't know if you work full time or if, you know, you're full into it. Then if you're full into it, you know, then in that book we talk about free and we talk about pay. But if you work full time, you don't have the time to put the sweat equity in, then you got to put money in, and that book will help you too. So the good thing with that book is two things. It does both free and paid, and it's only $1. Okay, there's an Amazon fee of like $3.95 or something. But when I set that up, I made a lot of mistakes. It was my very first time to sell a book, and so I couldn't take that off, and we don't have the right account, so I put it under CD. So I made a lot of mistakes, but guess what, dude? We sold a lot. Okay, we sold a lot. I can't even spell. I failed in English, but what I'm trying to tell you is I was willing to jump. Right? I was willing to jump. And a lot of people criticize me. Says, "Oh, it says you're gonna mail it. Oh, you made a spelling error here. Oh, you did this." Guess what? Yes, I know. I'm gonna fuck up. Guess what? I'm making moves, and I want to help you make moves. Okay? I want you to make moves. And the first thing is the mindset. If you can't jump, you can't be successful. If you're dealing with sellers, they're not willing to jump and just give you the property instead of you have to sell them. Don't fuck with them because you're gonna lose. There's a good probability that you could lose time and energy. And that's why I don't try to sell people, because I know the psychological aspect of winning and jumping. Okay, it's not about if your mama's rich, your daddy's rich, you get good credit, or you have connections, you have high education. Because so many people have better education, better writing, but they don't sell books. And I decided I was gonna do this shit. I jumped. I closed my business. I jumped. I sold books. Not that I sold by millions, but hey, fuck, I impressed myself. I impressed my sister. She hit me up and said, "Man, I can't believe you're selling books, dude. I can't believe that. You can't even spell right. You always ask me, how do you spell this shit? How do you spell this shit?" Alright? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Take action. Start where you stand, dude. So to answer your question, get the Amazon book, okay? Once you get it, read it multiple times, watch it multiple times, leave me a review. Anybody watching got the book, please leave me a review, please. Okay? And then from there, write 10 things. and preferably free if you have a lot of time for sweat equity, okay? And if you don't, just a couple free, and then wait on the pay till you implement the free. If you like it, you're able to get leads. Then the next thing you only need is my seller phone script. That's it, okay? And if you do these two things for me, or anybody out there, you get my book, and you download the seller phone script, and you do 10 of those things for marketing. You find the seller, you fill it out. I'm gonna give you Soraya's information. You send it to her, she'll help you, she'll coach you for 50% of the deal. That's it, dude. She'll help you do your first deal. Whoever's out there, okay? Not me. I charge $25,000, but she will help you, okay? And I'll share that information with me. Anybody wants to PM me on Facebook or YouTube or what have you. Or get on our website, there's a phone number on there. So, get the marketing book. Once the phone calls start coming in, once you start advertising, the phone starts coming in, all you need is my seller phone script, because that helps you gauge the seller's motivation. Gauge the seller's motivation. Very important, especially if you're dealing with motivated sellers. If you want to buy houses at a deep discount, you want to get owner financing, you need motivated sellers. Nothing else is going to work, dude. The secret sauce is motivated sellers, ladies. That's the glue. No glue, no sticking, dude, okay? No sticking, no paycheck. Simple. I hope that makes sense, right? So once you start marketing and people start calling you, then all you need my seller phone script to gauge their motivation. Ask them crucial information like where they live, but not that BS. I got more vital information that helps you negotiate. And all you do after that is there's like 3 pages. You take a picture of each one, and then you sell it while the program's going on, while she could take more students to her, and she'll help you structure a deal and help you give offer. And in return, it's 50%. Okay? These are for just new people or things of that nature. If you have the deal already under contract, you're a professional wholesaler, you're a medium wholesaler, you have a deal under contract, and you can't sell it, hit me up, dude. Hit me up. I just started wholesaling because so many people have reached out to me all over America, all over Canada, Australia. They're like, hey, dude, do you have any deals? We want to do this, 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 this. And I'm like, dude, there's people that have deals that can't find buyers. Let me just hook you guys up. And of course, I'm going to take 50%. But hey, something is better than nothing. Okay? And as I explained before, real estate investing is 2 wheels. You have the front and you have the back. Right? The front is finding sellers. The back is finding buyers. If one of those, you don't have one of those tires, or if it's flat, that bike ain't going nowhere. I don't give a fuck how strong you are, how smart. You can't get on there and pull it. What you got to do is then pick that bike up and carry it. And now, instead of that bike being an asset for you to help you move forward further, now it's a liability for you. I hope you guys understand what I just said. So it's better to get my tire and put it on here, and you're able to move forward. And then most of these people, including my students, they're really good at getting deals, but they're having a hard time finding buyers. And that's where I come and play. And some of you guys have a hard time. You got buyers and sellers, so we can work something out to make it a win-win for everybody, guys. So if you have a seller, you have a deal on the contract, you can't find a buyer, hit me up. I want to put her on the contract and see if any of my cash buyers or retail buyers that have large down payments want it. If not, no big deal. If you're new, you don't know what to do, here's the only 2 requirements is you got to buy one of my books that's for marketing, because you need this. This is the first propeller. Remember, there's 3 propellers: lead gen, conversion, exit strategy. We're going to help you to do the number 2 and number 3. I am so confident that the whole business is based on lead gen that I'm going to have my student help you guys get your first money. And once you make more money, come to me. I helped you, and pay me that $25,000, and let me take your game to the next level. I helped you already get to where for the 25K. Okay? So all you gotta do is get the book. You get it from Amazon, or you can get the one from my website that's $219 or something, and write 10 of those ideas down. Your marketing plan. That's the only plan you need. Hopefully you can get the free ones. There's a lot of fishes in the free ones. Trust me. And there's so much profit. The other requirement is you get the seller phone script. We need this to structure deals. My student needs this. I need this. My students that pay me the large money need this. Everybody needs this because it has so much vital information that helps me, my student, and you to negotiate multiple offers to the seller, but not ever meeting the seller, just by looking over this paperwork. It's so powerful, guys. It's not only just a phone script. I just call it a phone script because I'm not that good at naming these things, but it's multi-dimensional. And everybody that's bought it has loved it, okay? Get that, mark it, get the seller phone script, fill it out 100%. Fill it out 100%, okay? Once you fill it out, reach out to me, and I'll give you my student, and she'll help you structure the deal. She'll help you negotiate whatever paperwork you need. In return, she wants 50%. If you're cool with that, let's get the ball going. We don't care where you at. You could be in any state possible, dude. America, anywhere, guys. Okay? And the guys and girls, they're already pros. You got deals on the contract. You can't move it. Hit us up. We try to help you out. It doesn't matter if you're a rookie, you're a medium, you're a pro. You need my marketing. And in the medium and the pros, you need my automation system. That's what's going to allow you to go again. Or do you want to just pick up the bike yourself and just carry it like this, okay? So get those. Right now, the book is $97. I only have 50. They've already sold a lot. There's only a few left, guys. Get it ASAP before it's sold out. When it's sold out, don't worry. It's gonna be on my website for $329 or $319. But again, it's an awesome deal. And once there's a certain amount of that price I'm gonna sell. Once that's sold, it's gonna be $1,000. At $1,000 is a smoking deal, guys. I don't think there's anybody that's been working with VAs as long as I have, and I've built my whole business that was debt-free through VAs, from programming to software development, SEO, search engine marketing, data extraction, mailing list, email marketing, text marketing, cold calling, incoming call. I mean, you name it. Okay, I've done it. I systemize it for my own business, and the information I'm giving you. Okay, listen up. It's not some bluff that I just made up. I actually made it very simple, and it's probably has spelling errors, right? But it's not important. It's crucial. It's so simple that you just do a little editing and use. You don't need to make it complex. You don't need to have all this great stuff to have success. And just my moving company, 22 to 30 VAs at any time managed, plus my other businesses. So I know how to manage multiple VAs. I'm going to share with you how to hire them, how to, fire them, what paperwork you need, contracts. I'll try to include as much as I can, okay? And for $97, I'm very confident that if you invest this, you'll exponentially grow your business, especially if you're medium and you're expert. If you're a rookie, don't do it. If you're a rookie, you make good money, right? You have a full-time job, you want to own rental properties, that's a good idea. But I recommend this: take the weekends off and don't watch TV and go out and do some cold calling or do some of these tasks yourself and scrub that toilet, smile and be happy, and thank God you can have a toilet to scrub. And then, so you create the system so you can learn how long it takes to do each processes, right? Once you figure that out, then hire the VA. That's why it'd be idiotic for that lady to suggest to me that I just started this business. It's not even my 4th week. Since that 4th week, I have a tremendous amount of success. We sold a lot on our website. We sold a lot of books. I sold my massive PLN system, my massive marketing machine, coaching. So, hey, dude, I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. But the difference is I'm willing to jump. And I recommend for you to jump. You don't need to pay me all this money or pay anybody else all this money or watch this video or watch that video or blah, blah, blah. What that does is cause confusion. It's going to make them a lot of money. I know how to take action, and that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to win with the mindset. Okay? So you can vibrate. Positive energy. Confident. So you can tap into that ether and get that infinite intelligence to tell you what to do. He or she's already told you what to do. That's why you're watching me, or that's why you have a better desire to quit your job or have a better life, spend more time with your kids. The seed's already in you, right? It's trying to come up out the fucking ground, right? Think about that, dude. You can do it. This is America. If there's any other questions, I'll answer. If not, hustle and bustle. Don't take no for answer, and see you later, gang.